you close to using Arnold at all last season?
Yes, we were really close. I think it's something we talked about pretty much every meeting. Should we burn his red shirt or not? But our philosophy always is, it's better to play a kid too late than too early. And so we were good that we didn't have a whole bunch of injuries and we had some seniors that could play. And so that kind of afforded us the opportunity to red shirt him, which is going to be good for us on the back end.
What was he doing that made it so intriguing of a conversation or so tempting to use him?
He's really good at what he does, press man and covering guys. And, in this conference, you can't have enough, corners to cover people. So that was really good. He has extreme confidence in himself and, our defense. And those are things that we really liked and that we saw.
How close was there ever a game almost where you guys during the game had the conversation, should we play him right now?
Like I said, it was every week. He was at all our meetings. We practiced him. He was down with us for practice. He got reps just like he was going to prepare to play because it was always that close every week. And we were injury away from, one of our guys going down and him being the next guy in there to help us out.
What point did you guys finally decide during the season it's past the point, no return, we're going to sit him?
It was really late in the year. It was really late in the year. Like I said, he still was down there practicing us for the whole year. And he was in our meetings the whole year because now it's helping him on this end that he was in there the whole time. So now he kind of got a leg up on the other guys who had the red shirt.
What are some of the skills he takes away from that experience, being able to practice with the ones?
Excuse me?
What are some of the skills he takes away from that, just being able to practice at a high level?
Just the preparation part, seeing, older guys like PV and Payne prepare, on and off the field. I think that really helped him a lot. From the mental side of things, just being able to see what we look at when we study another team, just those type of things I think really helped him. Not so much the physical side, but just the mental side and the preparation side of getting ready for a game, I think really helped him and gave him kind of a leg up, like I said, on the other guys who had the red shirt.
What do you see his role being this year?
My role for him, really, his mentality needs to be he need to come here and challenge for these starting spots. And if that's not his mentality, then we're wrong. But he's going out there in these first couple of practices, that's been his mentality, to try to challenge these guys that we say are starters, to try to challenge them and be one of those guys. Because if God forbid something happened, we need him to step in and be just like those other two guys who are playing at a really high level.
Was he in your ear last season trying to get onto the field?
No. If you meet Arnold, which I think you guys will get the opportunity to, he's a really quiet, humble guy. So that was never the thing. He just went out on the field and worked, and that's what I really love about him.
What are the expectations, you think, for DeAndre and Brian out there, especially, the preseason All Big 12 type stuff, or All Big 12 in the past, second team, that sort of thing?
I'd expect them to play to the best of their ability. I think we all know that they're really, really good corners, and just expect them to go out there and continue to do what they do. Just really proud of the summer that they put in, and I think it's going to really show in the field. So I'm really excited for them, and my biggest expectations is that they continue to be great leaders. And I really loved what I've seen out of these guys. The first two practices, man, their leadership is really taking a whole nother level. And I don't know if that's from being a sophomore to a junior, but it really triggers something in those two, and I couldn't be more proud of what I'm seeing from a leadership aspect.
With DeAndre spending a little bit more time at corner and focusing on that, how's his transition more to that full-time role been, and just his growth in that area?
It's been really good. That's what he naturally is. The thing you love about DeAndre is that he's a football player. So he was able to go to Star for us and play that last year, and then the transition back to corner has just been a good, easy one for him. And like I said, he works so hard that the transition was just a nice, smooth transition for him, and now he has really good confidence out there playing.
Are there any corner, besides Brian and DeAndre and Arnold, the three we've talked about, that are kind of pushing to try to get reps with those three guys?
Yeah, Thad Daniels is doing a really good job. He's a senior for us, a lone senior. He's really performing really well. Richard Bowens, the freshman who showed up in the spring, is having a really good, 3 practices for him right now, and he's really been showing up. Ply's been the guy who's been showing up the most for us right now, so I'm excited to see how the rest of this fall camp goes for him, man. He's really improved and worked hard, and just really excited, for everything he's doing.
How much?
Then DeMonte Ruth has been doing a really, really good job for us, and we've got a good battle going there for some guys, just trying to jockey in for position, so it's going to be exciting to watch.
How much did Richard showing up early help put him in a position for potential playing time right away?
I think it helped him out a lot just because he saw what it takes. He took some lumps in our winter workouts and stuff like that. But he put on a lot of weight, about 15 pounds since he's been here. Then he just kind of saw from PB and Payne and those upperclassmen kind of what it takes to play at this level. And I know he was kind of in PB's hip pocket this summer, and you can tell it really helped him out a lot in this fall camp. And the confidence that he's showing and the skill level he's showing is really impressive for a young guy. I haven't seen that in a while.
Coach Campbell said a couple of weeks ago that with Richard, there's a point where he thought maybe he shouldn't have enrolled. Or, you always wonder if the guy's mature enough. And then by the end of the camp, he said he was the best thing for him. Is that kind of what you mean? Maybe at first he struggled a little bit, but it ended up being the best thing for him to enroll? Or...
Yeah, it's different. A couple of months ago, he was riding a school bus, and all of a sudden he's in winter workout against some of these grown men. So that was a tough transition. But Richard, extremely intelligent. He figured it out quickly. Did a great job in the classroom, and he was smart enough too, like I said, to get around the right people to mentor and kind of go after. And it really helped him out a lot. And like I said, he's playing really well. Really proud of the young man.
What were the toughest parts of his transition?
The toughest parts was just initially just coming in. He didn't have the strength that most of these guys have, just naturally just being a high school young man, and also running track. That kind of takes the weight off you and the strength off you. So those were the only things he really lacked, was just the strength part. He always had the speed, he had the confidence, and now that he got his weight up to where he wants to get it to, his strength up, you can tell that now he kind of got his grown man confidence about him, which is really fun to see.
All right, Coach.